Business is made up of numbers. Just about everything in business is made up of a number. Your sales, your margins, your customer base are all driven by numbers. When it comes to growing your business, there's a mathematical model that sits behind every business. When you understand this model, you truly start to understand what drives your sales and what drives your profit. In this short video, I'll share with you how an understanding of this model will dramatically accelerate the growth of your business.
Hi, my name is Chris Kensington and I'm a client manager here at Aspirations. I am dedicated to helping and supporting you on your journey to your own aspirational business. I'd like to share a secret with you. You can make a massive difference to your profit line just by understanding and deploying some very simple but yet powerful growth drivers. And this understanding is essential for building a growing, successful small business. To illustrate, let me explain with this very simple version of the mathematical model using some very simple numbers. A business which has 10 customers. Each of those customers spends £10 each time they buy, and each of those customers buy from the business 10 times a year. When we break that down, we have three growth drivers here. Firstly, the number of customers. Secondly, how often they spend on average each time. And thirdly, how often they spend with the business. When you multiply these three elements together, you get total sales. Total sales for this business would be 10 times 10 times 10, which as we all know is 1,000. In other words, each customer spends 10 times a year, so they each spend £100 every year, and if the business has 10 of those customers all spending £100, total sales for the year would be 1,000. If this was your business, you can undertake some sales and marketing activities to improve any one of those numbers. Let's imagine you're able to increase the number of customers by 10%. This means you'll have 11 customers rather than 10, and total sales now become 11 times 10 times 10, which is 1,100. In other words, increasing the number of your customers by 10% also increases your sales by 10%. Maybe you decide to focus instead on increasing how much they spend by £10. The customers will spend £11 each time they buy rather than 10. Total sales now become 10 times 11 times 10, which is still £1,100. In other words, increasing how much your customers spend by 10% increases sales by 10%. No big surprise here, I'm sure. If instead you focus your efforts on getting your customers to increase how often they buy from you by 10%, so now they're buying 11 times a year rather than 10, then again, your sales increase by 10%. So here's the rule. If you increase any single growth driver by 10%, your total sales will also increase by 10%. So what happens if you increase all three of the sales drivers by 10% at the same time? In other words, customers go from 10 to 11, each of those customers now spend £11 and are buying from the business 11 times a year. But how much do you think sales would increase by? I've heard some business owners suggest 10%, others simply add the 10% together and come to 30. When you do the math, sales will grow from £1,000 a year to 1,331, which is a 33.1% improvement. What's happening here is something called synergy, and the key learning point is your business will grow much faster when you make small improvements to each of the growth drivers rather than trying to focus on just one area. The common mistake we see at Aspirations is many business owners make it their focus only on getting more customers. To keep this video short, I've only covered a very simple example using 3 of the growth drivers. If you would like to find out what all 7 key growth drivers are, Tony from Aspirations has done a short video which you can find on our YouTube channel. You will also see a link just under this video which will take you to a page where I'd be more than happy to let you have a completely free copy of our book, Do You Want to Improve Your Business Results? This book focuses on those 7 key growth drivers and what impact that could have for your business. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Just underneath the video is a little like button. I'd really appreciate it if you could like it for us. We hope to speak to you soon to see how your business has managed to transform its results when you've looked at either the 3 or 7 key growth drivers. Bye for now.